guys, welcome to the stream. So today we're going to start a brand new game called the Dark Pictures Anthology. And for those of you who don't know what that is, it's like a movie game, but it's not. So you get to play the character. It's just it's kind of like feeling like you're watching a movie. So it's really like dynamic. And you get to make choices. Depending on where you go in the game, it kind of changes the story, and there's so many outcomes. And I guess the point of the story is you try to have to keep the characters alive, and that doesn't always work sometimes. But in this case, it should be pretty simple to an extent. I mean, I played one of the games and I kept everyone alive, but that's just, I don't know, my luck, I guess. So I think this one is about aliens and vampires, and I guess about mummies. I'm not quite sure. I didn't see most of it. I just kind of like glanced at some of the pictures in the trailer. So from what I've seen, that's kind of what it looks like. And I think that's going to be our last new game until the 22nd, because I'm planning on getting Dragon's Dogma when that comes out, because that's a pretty big game for me. Like, that's like one of my favorite games when I was in high school. That's all I ever like talked about when that game came out, and the second one's going to be probably just as great. So when that game comes out like on the 22nd, I'm just going to play that game for a while, and I think I'm going to mix up the streams a little bit. Like maybe like, I guess maybe one day a week we'll play horror games again, but it's mainly just going to be that game. And I know it's going to be a very long playthrough, so I'm not going to be like constantly playing it like every day. It's just going to be the majority of the time. And I may or may not play some of it off stream just to kind of level up my character, so I'm not grinding on stream. So that's our plan for the next couple weeks. I was supposed to stream yesterday, but I wasn't feeling well, so today I'm just kind of starting earlier. I have a little bit of a cold, so if I like stop talking every now and again, that's probably because like my nose is stuffy. But I feel better today. You know, I'm not as tired. My nose isn't runny. My head doesn't hurt. You know, I'm just kind of stuffed up, and it's okay, because today we're gonna have a lot of fun, guys. We're gonna have a pretty calm and relaxing stream as always. I'm not a crazy VTuber or anything. I'm not gonna yell and scream. We always keep it calm and relaxed on the stream. You know, it's quite late, so it's always good to wind down to a little bit of horror every now and again. And yeah, today we're just gonna play this one game. I assume it's going to be around 10 hours. The last one was kind of short because I think I chose all the right things to do. But generally, I think these games are like 5 to 10 hours at most, depending on what you do. And they also have a director's cut for every game that came out. So that's like almost double the content in each game. So there's going to be a lot of stuff that people who've played this game before haven't seen yet, like different cutscenes, more story, probably like different places to go, which is really cool. Because like I said, I've played The Quarry, and then I've played Man of Medan, which is one of the games, because I don't think The Quarry is like connected. That's like Until Dawn. I guess that's the third one I've played. And yeah, I mean, I don't think they're not all connected. I think that, what's that guy's name? The narrator or the director? I don't know his name. He's in all of them. He's got something to do with it. I'm pretty sure in the future, one of these days, we'll find out if he's connected to all the games. He seems to be the guy who knows everything about what to do. Because for those of you who've played Until Dawn, it was the same concept with the psychiatrist, I think. Every chapter had a cutscene with talking to the psychiatrist who had nothing to do with the story. He was just like there to make you think between the chapters of what you did and what you could do better. And there's so many theories floating around that maybe he was kind of like before all the story, he was like somebody who maybe worked with the main killer before he became insane, that he was one of the previous doctors that worked with him or on him to make sure that he wasn't going mental. And what we were seeing were just visions of the past of the main character just going crazy, like he wasn't real, but at the same time he did exist at some point. So I'm thinking the curator, I think that's what his name was, the curator. I think he exists, but he doesn't at the same time. So he's connected, and maybe he did exist at some point, but he's not like there, physically there. So yeah, we're just gonna get right into this game today, and that's all we're gonna do today. We're just gonna relax and play this last final game before the 22nd. And if you guys like, I don't know, want to decide what we do next week, I'm gonna juggle probably the end of this game if we don't finish it today, or we're gonna do some Prison Simulator, and then we're gonna do Ghostwire Tokyo. But those are the only two games I'm kind of juggling around right now until I finish pretty much all those games. I only have one more playthrough of Prison Simulator to do. I know it's one of those games where it's like constantly random generated, but at some point it's just going to be the same stuff over and over again until probably all the characters die or they burn the jailhouse down, one of the two. So we're just going to do one more playthrough of that, maybe 2.5 hours of that game, and then we're just going to put it on hold because we've pretty much done most of what we needed to do. Sorry. And Ghostwire Tokyo, I don't even think we have 10 hours left, or less than 10 hours, because we're pretty knee deep into the story. Like there's probably like 2 to 3 hours of story left. Then there's a bunch of side content, and then you gotta find stuff, and then there's a whole DLC that's like 3 hours long. So there's gonna be at least like 10 hours left of that game. So we're probably gonna be playing that game for another week or two, which is fine. It's a really nice game. It's really fun. It's just the open world aspect kind of gets old, so it's kind of like I don't want to play it every day, but at the same time, I want to like get through it enough. So I think I'm gonna put that on hold at some point, and then just come back to the DLC after we beat it, after Dragon's Dogma's done, because I don't want to play 2 open world games at once. I'm gonna mix it up. There's more of these Dark Pictures games that I haven't played, and since they all have new content, they're much longer, and so the ones that I have done, I can not only do different decisions to make sure I see different things, but there's going to be totally new stuff to explore, and it's a really cool concept. So there's going to be all those games, and I do have a couple of things on my wish list I'm going to get to. There's smaller horror games that are probably going to be like 1 or 2 days worth of playing, but they're worth checking out, so that's something to look forward to. And not only that, whenever Silent Hill 2, the remake, comes out, I believe it's pretty soon, that's going to be our next big horror game. So we're still going to be playing horror games. These are just like smaller ones, but I'm pretty sure that's the next big one. If not that, Resident Evil 4 is always an option. I haven't really played that one yet. I played the what is it, the old VR version on the Oculus, and I'm not really good at puzzles, so that's kind of where I got stuck. So that's kind of like my plan here for this month, is we're gonna finish this game, We're gonna try to finish Ghostwire, the main story, and then we're definitely gonna finish Prison Simulator on the next stream. So once Dragon's Dogma comes out, I already made my characters, so I don't have to do a whole stream of just making my characters, you know. We're just gonna be going in through that game, doing what we do best. Slaying dragons, I guess. So yeah, let's get right into it, guys, and hopefully you guys, you know, grab a drink and a snack and enjoy.